Hello everyone. It has been about 4 days since I installed the bottom 2 rows of grow lights. Today I installed the top row of grow lights, which I've discussed with you. Let's talk about the improvements in the plants. Here you can see my dwarf blue kale and my collard greens. They have grown significantly, much stronger. Now I have also added a little extra soil, and I have added some compost to this pot as well. In fact, I have added compost, I believe, to all the pots except 6. But anyway, you can see the growth on those. Behind there I have my carrots. Hopefully my camera will focus. This is my cell phone today. I have thinned them out and I've added top dressing of compost to them. You can see they are standing up. They have grown quite a bit, just about double in size in a matter of 4 days. They are really loving this grow light. Moving on, my bell peppers, I had a pot that I planted 3 seeds in that did not sprout, and then I planted 3 more, and as you can see, in 4 days I have 3 sprouts, so they're doing wonderful. And then over here, that's just a container of broccoli sprouts, so we'll leave the lid on those. They should be ready to eat in about, oh, they've been planted 4 days, so in about another 6 days they should be ready to eat. This is one of the volunteer tomato plants. I took it out of the carrots and transplanted it into this pot. It's looking very good and very healthy. Back here are the 2 big boy hybrids. They're doing really well. They've grown quite a bit in the 4 days that I've installed the lights too. Here is a new addition, sort of. I had a big pot of stevia, which I will show you in a little bit, that I pruned, and I kept 3 of the trimmings hoping to root it, but it doesn't look like it's doing very well, so that may not be a successful experiment, but I tried. Here we have the chervil. Again, you can see it is doing much better, standing upright. Same with the black-seeded Simpson. It's starting to stand up. My herbs, haven't seen a whole lot of difference in them yet. Hopefully as the days go by they will improve. My garlic chives, I think I overwatered them. I had 2 seeds to sprout and they're still here. Here's one and there's another. I may have to replant those. They're not looking real well. And here's my bunching onions. Again, I may have to replant these too. These 2 pots here are really the only 2 that I haven't seen much difference in. I also overwatered these 2 pots, so that may be why. Moving on up to the next shelf, we have some new plants. Here we have some salad bowl lettuce. We planted this on the 9th, and it has already sprouted. Here is some more California Wonder bell peppers. They have grown quite a bit, It probably doesn't appear like it because I did add some extra soil and a top dressing of compost, but they have grown. And then here is two of the volunteer plants that I'm not sure what are yet. I believe probably cucumber or possibly squash, but they took the transplant real well. They're looking good. I'm sure you remember the celery. It's growing pretty well. In all my fooling around this week, I broke one of the stems here. So far, it looks like it's still doing okay, but I don't know if that stem's going to survive or not. Here we have planted some sage and oregano. We planted those on the 9th, so they haven't sprouted yet. And in the next pot, we have some basil and parsley. It hasn't sprouted yet. And in this big pot in the back is the kohlrabi. Again, it has grown quite a bit and looking better. They're not flopped over and all leggy as bad. But I added some more soil and some compost to the top. I would like to add a little more, but maybe with the light being directly above it, I won't need to. We'll see what happens with that. And moving on, we have, let's see, here is some Malaysian dark red eggplant. These are seeds that were given to me by Shadow of Juniper Hill, and they haven't quite sprouted just yet. And here's another one of those volunteer, I'm guessing cucumber or squash. It's grown quite a bit since I've transplanted it. And then up here, I used to have this in the floor because it was so big. This is a stevia plant. It was 2 feet or beyond, and it had 3 main stems that weren't doing real well. I transplanted this from outside into the house back at the end of summer, and we've gotten quite a bit of stevia off there. And since I transplanted it, these are new growths. They were about 4 inches tall maybe, and now they're probably close to 8 inches. So they took the pruning very well. I had done a video on the pruning, but it wasn't very good quality, so I didn't keep it. Here are some radishes. I tore out the old radishes. They were just too stunted and too weak, so I went ahead and pulled them out, composted them, and added new seeds. So we have some radishes growing. Here in a few days I'll need to thin those out just a little bit. Here's my grandpa's Admer lettuce. It's showing some improvement, not as much as I would like, so I will probably be pulling those out and replanting. I just don't think I'm going to get a whole lot out of them. And here are the store-bought onions, and Daddy J has made a new addition, and since planting this has already grown an inch. And then this one here from last week has grown quite a bit. And then these are just about ready to be trimmed up and eat. So that is the improvement on the window garden since we have added the grow lights. Let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty pleased with it. If you have any other suggestions, be sure to let me know. Thanks. And until we speak again, stay prepared.